Every single time you ask Claude a question, something happens that you'll never see. Not the answer, not the typing. Something before all of that. And for years, nobody could actually explain what was happening inside that black box. We knew what went in, we saw what came out, but the part in the middle, that was a mystery. Most people, including a lot of AI experts, believe that these models work like incredibly advanced autocomplete. One word leads to the next, then the next, then the next. Sounds simple, right? It turns out that might not be the full story. Recently, Anthropic researchers managed to peek inside Claude while it was solving problems. What they found completely challenged one of the biggest assumptions about how modern AI works. Because before Claude writes a single word, it seemed to build something internally first. Something researchers had never clearly seen before. They call it JSpace. Now, before you think this means Claude has become conscious or is literally thinking like a human, that's not what this is. But what they discovered is arguably even more fascinating. By the end of this video, you'll understand what JSpace actually is, how Anthropic discovered it, why researchers are so excited about it, and why this might completely change how we study future AI systems. Before we dive in, join our WhatsApp community for more AI breakthroughs. So if you have spent any time around AI, you have probably heard this sentence before. AI is just predicting the next word, and technically that's true, but it's also one of the most misleading explanations of the modern AI. Let me show you why. Imagine I started a sentence like this. The capital of France is. Your brain instantly knows the next word is probably Paris. That's prediction. AI models do a similar thing. They look at everything you have written so far and calculate which word is most likely to come next. Then they repeat that process again and again until you get a complete response. That's why people compare AI to supercharged autocomplete. But here's where things started getting weird. If Claude is really just predicting one word at a time, how does it solve problems that require planning? Think about writing an entire research paper or debugging hundreds of lines of code or solving a difficult math problem where the first sentence depends on the final answer. If it only knows the next word, how does it keep the entire goal in mind? That's a question researchers have been asking for years because the more capable these AI models become, the less satisfying its just autocomplete explanations start to feel. And Anthropic decided to investigate that question directly. Instead of only looking at Claude's answers, they wanted to look inside the model itself while it was reasoning. Not to see what answer it gave, but to understand how it arrived there. Think about trying to understand how a car works. You could watch it drive past you 100 times, but you'll never really know what's happening unless you open the hood. That's exactly what Anthropic tried to do with Claude. And what they found under the hood was something they weren't expecting. To understand why JSpace is such a big deal, we first need to understand the problem researchers have been struggling with for years. And surprisingly, it's not building smarter AI, it's understanding the AI we have already built. Let me explain. Imagine I hand you a mission. Every single time you press a button, it gives you the correct answer. You ask it to write code. Perfect. You ask it to explain quantum physics to a 5-year-old. Somehow it nails that too. But then you ask the simplest question of all. How did you come up with that answer? And that machine stays silent, completely silent. That's essentially the situation AI researchers have been in. We have built incredibly capable models like Claude, models that can write software, analyze legal documents, solve graduate level problems, even help researchers make new discoveries. But despite creating these systems, we still don't fully understand what happens inside them while they are solving a problem. And that's because models like Claude are what researchers call black boxes. We can see what goes in, we can see what comes out, but the reasoning happening inside, that's hidden beneath hundreds of mathematical operations happening at lightning speed. To put that into perspective, Claude isn't running through a list of rules that an engineer manually programmed. Nobody sat down and wrote, if your user asks this, do this. Instead, during training, Claude adjusted billions of internal parameters over and over again until it gradually learned patterns from enormous amount of text. The result is a model that's incredibly capable, but also incredibly difficult to interrupt. In fact, there is a famous quote in AI research that goes something like, we don't program neural networks, we grow them. And I think that's one of the ways to think about it. Imagine planting a seed, months later, it's grown into a huge tree. You understand the biology, you know how trees grow, but predicting the exact shape of every branch, every leaf, every twist in the trunk, that's almost impossible. Modern AI models are surprisingly similar. Researchers understand the training process, they understand the mathematics, but once these massive neural networks learn on their own, the internal strategies that develop can become incredibly difficult to explain. And that's why JSpace matters, because for the first time, researchers weren't just looking at Claude's answers anymore, they were beginning to uncover how Claude organizes information before it even responds. And to do that, they had to come up with a completely new way of looking inside the model. So if Claude is basically a black box, how do you even look inside it? You can't just open a folder and find a file called reasoning process. That's not how neural networks work. Everything Claude has learned is spread across billions of tiny numerical values called parameters. Imagine taking every memory you have ever heard, every skill you have ever learned, every word you have ever spoken, and scattering all of it across billions of tiny switches. That's roughly what researchers are dealing with. So instead of asking Claude, what are you thinking? Anthropic asked a much smarter question. Can we watch which part of your brain become active while you solve a problem? Think of it like putting someone inside an MRI scanner. Doctors don't literally see your thoughts, they can see different part of your brain lighting up during different tasks. Anthropic tried something similar with Claude. Instead of only looking at the words Claude produced, they tracked what was happening inside the model as those words were being generated. Which internal features become active, which concepts appeared first, which patterns showed up before the final answer, and after running experiment after experiment, they noticed something strange. Claude wasn't immediately jumping from your question to the first word of its answer. There was another stage happening in between, an invisible stage, one that users never see. It was almost as if Claude first created an internal map of the problem before deciding how to explain it. Not sentences, not paragraphs, not even words, just concepts. Imagine someone asks you, explain how a bicycle works. Before you say anything, you probably don't think in perfectly written sentences. Instead, you instantly picture things like wheels, pedals, balance, chain, motions. Your brain organizes the ideas first and then turns them into languages. Anthropic found evidence that Claude may be doing something surprisingly similar. Before writing a response, it first builds an abstract internal representation of the problem, a kind of conceptual workspace, and that's the hidden layer researchers started calling JSpace. But here's the crazy part, JSpace isn't something Anthropic programmed into Claude. Nobody sat down and said, let's build an internal reasoning space. It appears to be something that model developed on its own during training. And that's exactly why researchers got so excited. At this point, you might be thinking, wait, does this mean Claude is actually thinking? It's a fair question, and honestly, that's exactly why this discovery has created so much discussion. Answer is not exactly, but here's the important distinction. When researchers say Claude builds an internal representation, they are not saying Claude has thoughts, emotions, intentions, or consciousness. JSpace isn't a mind, it isn't imagination, it isn't an inner voice having a control with itself. It's something much more mathematical. Think of it like Google Maps. Imagine you want to drive from your house to the airport. Before app starts giving you directions, it first builds a map of the entire journey. It knows where you are, it knows where you are going, it knows all the possible routes. Only after building that internal map does it start telling you turn left, go straight, take the next exit. Claude appears to be doing something similar. Before it starts generating words, it organizes the underlying concepts, then it translates those concepts into languages that we can understand. In other words, the words aren't the thinking. They are the final output of process that's already happened internally. And that's a subtle but incredibly important difference, because for years, people imagined AI as writing one word, looking at it, then deciding the next word. Almost like building a house one brick at a time without even seeing the finished design. But JSpace suggests something else might be happening. Claude might first sketch the blueprint and only then start laying the bricks. And that's a complete different picture of how these systems operate. And once researchers realize that a much bigger question emerged, if we observe these internal concepts, what else can we discover? So why are AI researchers so excited about this? After all, Claude still gives the same answers. It certainly doesn't become smarter just because researchers found JSpace. So why does everyone care? Because this discovery isn't really about Claude. It's about finally being able to understand AI itself. And that changes everything. Let me give you an example. Imagine you're using Claude to help write an important report. Everything looks perfect until one sentence contains completely false information. That's what we call an AI hallucination. Right now, we only realize it hallucinated after we have read the answer. But imagine a future where researchers could detect the mistakes before Claude even finishes writing. Instead of checking the output, they could inspect the reasoning process itself. That's the dream. And JSpace could be one of the first steps towards making that possible. For years, the industry has been obsessed with making models bigger. More parameters, more data, more computing power, build larger models and hope they become more capable. But now, researchers are asking a different question. Can we actually understand these systems? Because if we understand them, we can make them safer, more reliable, easier to debug, easier to improve, and maybe we won't have to repeat. And maybe we won't have to rely on trial and error anymore. The science of understanding what AI is doing internally could become one of the most important fields in artificial intelligence over the next decade. And JSpace might just be one of the biggest breakthroughs we have seen so far. JSpace isn't a finished discovery, it's the beginning of one. researchers have suddenly solved the mystery of AI. In fact, they have probably uncovered even bigger mystery, because now the obvious question becomes, is JSpace unique to Claude, or have models like GPT, Gemini, DeepSeek and every other advanced AI been doing something similar all along? We simply didn't know how to look for it. That's what makes this moment so fascinating. For years, AI research has been mostly focused on one goal: make the models better. More data, bigger models, more GPUs, better benchmarks. But we are slowly entering a different phase, one where researchers aren't just asking, can AI do this? They're asking, how did it do that? And believe it or not, that second question might end up being even more important. Because the more powerful these systems become, the less acceptable it is for them to remain complete black boxes. The next generation of AI probably won't just be defined by the models that are smarter, it will be defined by models we can actually understand. And years from now, we might look back at these discoveries like JSpace as the moment researchers stopped treating AI as a mystery black box and started treating it as something we could finally begin to explain. That's what makes this story so exciting, not because it answers every question, but because it asks the right one. If you enjoyed this deep dive and want more videos that break down the biggest AI breakthroughs without all the hype, make sure you're subscribed and join our WhatsApp community. I've got a lot more coming. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.